Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I hope that you're having a sensational one out there. Thank you as always for being here and for clicking on the video. Today we're going to check out the band Field Music. We're going to take a listen of this song, The Noisy Days Are Over. This is off of their album Common Time, which was released in I was guessing before I scrolled up to it. 2016. Talk about being way off. We're listening to this track because it was suggested and sponsored by Lee. Thank you so much for the recommendation. Thank you for the suggestion as well. Really appreciate that. Thank you for the support. Okay, the band name Field Music. It sounds familiar, and I can't tell you exactly what, why, or anything like that. Like, their name is familiar to me. I can't say that I've ever listened to them. And just to make sure, because I have the memory of a goldfish, I checked really quick. I don't have anything on my channel that I've reacted to them in the past, so I'm not quite sure how I've heard of the name. Maybe someone had recommended them or mentioned them in the comments, but I'm unsure. Lee, maybe you did at some point in the comments. But regardless, we are going to go ahead and listen to this track. We'll discuss a little bit after. Here we go. Love that little chord. Don't forget your name. Oh, where you live. 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 The noisy days are over, and here we are instead. Why don't you get to bed like everybody else? This is snappy and funky. The noisy days are over, and here we are instead. Why don't you grow old like everybody else? Very melodic. Could you please keep quiet? You asked me. I'm a big boy now and I can take what's coming to me. But what could I say? You drink that bass line down. We're all getting on. That's a great little moment. The noisy days are over, and here we are instead. Why don't you get to bed like everybody else? The noisy days are over, and here we are instead. Why don't you take a break like everybody else? Some ripping sax. hits a little stutter there at the end.
The noisy days are over, and here we are instead. Why don't you get to bed like everybody else?
I like how sax now is featured in that chorus.
The noisy days are over, and here we are instead. Why don't you take the bus like everybody
That was a nice little kind of Beatles-esque pitch rise. That little rise right there, that's very Beatles. Very cool ending. Okay, that was really cool. The ending especially, I like how the song transformed. The track seemed like it was like constantly shifting in some way. It had that pop structure, had that pop skeleton to it, and definitely the flesh and the playfulness of it all. The track Johnson bobs up and down as it moves, but then there's like these really cool influences, like, to me, this is just my opinion, that harmony, or that vocal rather, that he does with the rise, I like to keep it up, or whatever. To me, it reminds me very much of the Beatles. Like, it has that kind of 60s sound to it. And the music did not sound like who I'm going to say, but maybe in some capacity, if this was made in the 70s, I could hear David Bowie writing something like this. With some of the instrumentation maybe being a slightly different or so, but it does kind of have a little bit of that feel to me, at least in some capacity. But obviously this is much more in modern times, and I like how it is moderned up. I like that bass line that just acts as a nice hook. The vocals, I should pull up everyone here. So you have quite a few vocalists. So the band is David Brewis and Peter Brewis. They are the vocals, handling the vocal department and the composers. But it also has additional vocals, violin, obviously, trumpet, as we heard, which I thought was sax, and so on and so forth. And I like how well-rounded the rest of the personnel and musicians work around the Brewis, I'm assuming, brothers. Like, they just work really well. I like their harmonies. They're playful and light, but they're also very concerted. Like, they're very concentrated and focused, and I like that. The chorus is really upbeat, is very light, it's very poppy. I love the way the musicians play in there. You have some organ that sneaks in. Like I said, you get the trumpet solo that eventually is now incorporated into the next verse and the chorus subsequently after that. So it's a really way of, like, a cool way of organically making the song grow and incorporating new elements into it, while at the same time sticking to that pop structure that it's clearly, staying in. And then the ending was also really cool when it got a little bit kind of adventurous for a moment. It kind of went into a different direction I didn't expect it to. And it would have been kind of cool to hear that kind of go off for a little bit longer. Like, the ending obviously is completely different. It's very orchestrated with those cellos and violins and such. And while on one hand, I'm like, wow, that was such an interesting diversion from what came before. I would love to hear more of that. I also can't be mad because I actually was very satisfied with that ending section and with what they played there. You know, like there was just a lot of good stuff within this track, and definitely a very, to me, summery feel-good song to listen to. I gotta pull up the lyrics while I was talking. I accidentally closed them. I gotta pull it back up again. All right, it's loading. Here we go. It's time to get smart. You told me. I said you needn't bother. If you could only last for the night, you said, well, that's fine. I can see it's getting on, but I could do with another. So bring the timetable and your house keys, and don't forget your name or where you live. The noise days are over, and here we are instead. Why don't you get to bed like everyone else? The noise days are over. Why don't you grow old like everyone else? Well, we don't want to. Could you please keep quiet? Shh. I like how that funkiness comes in. You asked me. It has like a little bit of a, and also I guess kind of like a 70s funk aspect to it. In a way. You asked me, I'm a big boy now. I can take what's coming to me. But what could I say? But we're all getting on, and something's going to get us before too long. Can't you change your tune and sleep in your own room and say it isn't so that you can't say no? There's maturity and adolescence aspect to this. I want you to go to bed like everyone else. Now, why don't you take a break like everyone else? The noisy days are over. Like like this is a time of quiet. Why don't you why don't you go to bed? Why don't you take a break? But apparently, that's not the case, and that's not what's wanted. Why don't you take the bus like everybody else? Why don't you get to bed like everybody else? I hope that you can keep it up. I feel like this is the band in a way talking about themselves. I don't know anything about the band. This is their third studio album, I believe is what I said, right? Is that what I said when I was talking? Fifth studio album. I'm off. I feel like they're talking about themselves. The noisy days are over. Maybe their previous albums, they're moving away from a certain era and iteration, perhaps musically, of themselves, and they're trying something new. Those noisy days are over. Maybe labels and fans, or say just keep making the same, just keep doing the same thing. But no, can't say no. Instead, we're going to keep progressing. We're going to keep on doing our thing. That's how I'm kind of reading that. But I don't know if this is like, I could of course be 100% wrong. This is me, just throwing a dart out there, out into the dark. This is a horn or something or there was a noise that when I did that, but that wasn't me. Let me know. Sorry, I got confused. I heard noise like that, and it wasn't that little whistle. It was like something else. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought of the track. Lee, thank you so much for the recommendation. I hope that you all enjoyed it. I appreciate you all being here. Please come on back by tomorrow. Thank you again, and I will see you later. Bye, guys.